There was a time where I was not a people, but now I am a people. There was a time when I did not receive any mercy, but now I have received mercy. Recognize those words from 1 Peter chapter 2? I love it. We have been called out of darkness to declare His praise. That's what I want my life to be about. There are so many people that need to hear that message, to have that hope. I know I need that in my life, and I've been raised in it all my life. I was told about Jesus since I was a little boy. I've gone through hardships and struggles, but I've always had that as the foundation. There are people who go through struggles far worse, but they don't even have that as a foundation. There was an artist. He was asked one time to draw a picture of a ruined church. You want to know what he drew? I'm going to describe it for you. He drew this beautiful building, just gorgeous, beautiful stone and landscaped, nice steeple. And you walk in through the doors and the woodwork and the beautiful pews and the altar was elaborate and this gorgeous cross hanging there. And then he drew people sitting in the pew and they were all dressed real fine, and pictures of the elders and the council members on the board all dressed to the hilt. It just looked like, wow, the beautiful kitchen and fellowship hall, all that stuff that we equate with the church. And somebody said, I asked you to draw a picture of a ruined church. It doesn't look like you did that. But then he pointed to another section of the church. It was their mission kind of corner. It had a little mite box. You guys know what a mite box is? That's where you collect offerings. It had a mite box. It had a place to put offerings. It had a place to sign up to do mission work. Had all kinds of mission stuff that you could be part of. But guess what? Cobwebs had formed over the mite box. Cobwebs had formed over the suggestion box. This artist said, this is a picture of a ruined church. Because everything can look great for all of its members, but if they don't have mission as their focus, it's a ruined church. Because we have been called to go and spread the good news. And I'm ready to do whatever that takes. I have never felt that way more in my life than I do right now. I used to preach when I was the pastor, senior pastor at my previous congregation. I used to say, don't you want to be part of those people that smuggle Bibles into China? Just to be part of that adventure and to do something for Christ. I remember going on my first mission trip to Honduras, and there was some feedback from other people like, oh, the 9/11 thing just happened, and oh, do you really want to do that? And oh, what about this? What about that? And all the worrying. What about the gospel being spread? What about trusting in God to take care of us and to supply our needs and to be with us and encourage us and help us? I want to be a church that's about missions. And you know what's really interesting? It's so easy to talk about the church out there, but guess what? You're the church. It says in 1 Peter that we are the spiritual stones. We're the stones that make up the church. It's not about the building. It's about the people. And if you are one of those people who see yourself as once you were not a people, and once you had not received mercy, but now you are a people, and now you have received mercy, for what? To praise the name of the one who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. I just love this background here, and I'm going to ask Kenny to point the camera over there. There's this red whatever building. I'd rather do church out of that. I mean, it looks nice, nothing against the building, but I'd rather have that be a mission operating center where we are sharing hope, bringing hope into people's lives, sharing the gospel, praying with them. I'd rather do that out of there than to have some beautiful church building where the focus is always on themselves and what makes their life comfortable. And they cross it off their list that they went to church today. There are people out there sitting in darkness. It says in the scriptures that people sitting in darkness have seen a great light. We are called to bring that light, the light of Jesus, into their lives. That's what 15.5 is about and what we are focusing on. We have had so many neat things that have happened this last month. Networking and meetings with people, and we're going to be excited to be sharing that with you in the coming weeks. I'm very excited about that because we want to break the cycle. We want people, I just had a few guys again this week at Keystone. They don't have a clue who God is. Oh, I don't care about that religion stuff. I'm not sure about Jesus. We even heard in church today that there's a lot of people, they're really looking into astrology. I can't remember exactly what they all said, but like buying a star, you can buy a star and then you look to that star for guidance. Why is that so easy for people to do that, but not to accept the fact that there's a God who came in the person of Jesus? Why is that so difficult to believe? Because that's who God is. You just look at Jesus. He came to this earth to live a perfect life for us, to show us how to be obedient, to show us the way back to the Father. He and God are one. He died on the cross to pay for the price for our sins. He rose again, victorious, so that we know that we can rise again one day as well. And those who know that good news, you're the church. You're the spiritual stones. You're the one that God is calling to declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. So, folks, are you part of a ruined church or a church that is thriving in the sharing of the gospel of Jesus Christ? This is Pastor John, the Outdoor Pastor. You have a great day.